Hey friend, if you've been feeling exhausted trying to plan your own marketing for your business, you're not alone. A lot of business owners reach out to us facing this exact same issue. And in fact, a lot of them found the process so overwhelming that they never end up getting any content out, never doing any of their marketing plans, and instead slapping together a few things on the day when they're inspired, but never really getting the results that make it worth it and end up getting quite disheartened. And that's natural. Does this sound a bit familiar? Well, don't worry. Today I'm going to help you with just that. Hello, I'm Monique from Modo. We help people just like you to improve your DIY marketing and design game for your business, brand, or passion projects. And today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips with you to help you plan your content more effectively and with a lot less stress, I promise. Let's start in. Now, as much as I'd love to sell you a dream, you already know this, but nothing easy ever comes without a bit of hard work to begin with. And that's natural. Don't be scared though, as the time you're going to put into this first step, this first tip that we're giving you, can be reused time and time again. We do recommend you do it perhaps quarterly or bi-yearly to make sure that the information is fresh, but just think of it as a once-off setup to make your life a lot. Tip 1 is your content research. If you want your content strategy and creation to become a lot easier for you on a month-to-month basis, then you're going to need to determine what are your main content topics, or as we like to call them, your content pillars. But how do you go about choosing your content pillars? Like, how can you choose your broad scale categories? Don't worry, I will show you. So let's say that you have a beauty spa and your core service offering may include facials, lashes, and nail treatments, right? But now before I move on, while we are working with examples, I want you to be able to apply this to your own business, brand, passion project, whatever it may be. So I want you to take down a piece of paper and write down what does your business do and what are your main core offerings or products. You need to pare it down to be as basic as possible. So don't overthink this too much. Try and keep it simple. Feel free to pause this if you need a minute. Do take the time to just get your thoughts down. Great. Now that you have it, you can follow along with me. Let's pay a visit to answerthepublic.com. This website is amazing because it quite literally will tell you exactly what the public are searching for in your local area. Okay, so this is what answerthepublic.com looks like. As I mentioned, it's really awesome. So, you wrote down your core service offerings or products. What I want you to do now is go ahead and type it in. So for our example, it was facials, South Africa. In your case, you could totally change the location to where you are and then click search. And this is when the magic starts happening. So just give it a few moments while it loads. And as you will see here, what it has done is actually created a little circular chart of different questions that have been asked in relation to your core service or product offering. It breaks it down into who, are, when, and where. And you can actually expand it to see more results. But now to make it just a bit easier for you to see, what we're going to do is say download with that button over there. Once it's downloaded, you're going to open it. And it's going to look a bit confusing, but just bear with me. I promise you it's actually very quick and easy to adjust it. So as you can see, it's just a whole bunch of information at the moment as it exported as a CSV document. But what you're going to do is you're going to click on the column there. You're going to go to the data tab. You're going to click text to columns. Click delimited. Next. Then unclick tab and select comma instead. Next, and then just say finish. Then you'll see it's now split the tabs, and if you just want to see them a bit better, you can double click on the tabs line so that it opens the whole thing. And what's great here is you can actually see what type of question it is, the actual keyword in question itself. So there's a whole bunch of questions here that your audience are searching for in your area. And it is also showing you the search volume of those keywords. So this means that you're able to see what are people searching for and how many people are searching for it. And this is amazing data for you because it shows that you are going to be creating content that people actually want to see. So what I want you to do once you've got this information is go in and choose the keywords that you would like to answer or write some content about, and note what the search volume is. Obviously, working priority, things that are highly searched are worth putting closer to the top, but also they are more busy categories. That means you're going to be competing quite a lot. So also be sure to include the lower search volume things because they are very important as well. So that is how Answer the Public works, and I think that is going to be a great help for you. So this is the first part of your research, and now I'm going to show you the next part. So just bear with me. Okay, so now you have all that information about what people are currently searching for in your local area about your product or service. And you also know how many people are searching for it. So a lot of the times with content strategies, people just tend to, come up with the ideas and go for it. But the sad thing about that is that you're not sure that your audience is actively looking for that information. So you spend all this time creating that content, but it's not necessarily well received. So what's so great about doing like an SEO first content strategy is that people are actively looking for the questions that you are now going to be able to answer through your content strategy. So bear with me while we move over to ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm going to take the first keyword that had a high search volume just for demonstrative purposes and show you what I would do in ChatGPT. So I'm going to ask Chat, please give me 10 content topic ideas where I can use the keyword facials treatment in the posts. And ChatGPT is going to go and spit out a whole bunch of topic ideas for you where you'll be able to easily incorporate that keyword facials treatment in. So a little bit back to the content pillar side of things is that your content pillars essentially are going to be around your core service offerings. So you can break it down into the top of the list is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your core service offerings. Thereafter, underneath, you're going to list those keywords that we got from Answer the Public. And then one by one, you're going to come through and get some ideas from ChatGPT, not only ideas, but actually just descriptions of what you could make the post about as well. And you're going to save all of that under each content pillar, so that by the time you're done now going through the step-by-step, you've got a spreadsheet that is filled with different topic ideas, so that by the time it comes to you actually creating your content, you don't have to sit and brainstorm it and have pain with trying to be creative. You will have a whole bunch of topics at your hands and know that there are topics that your audience is actively seeking right now in your local area. So that is step one, friends, is your research part. We're just going to make it easier by asking Answer the Public, what are people asking about my services? And then we're going to go to ChatGPT and ask it to elaborate on those ideas for us. And once again, those are now your content pillars, your core service offerings, followed by underneath the different topic ideas that will cover the keywords that you need to cover in your content. So now that you have your different content pillars and different topic ideas underneath those pillars, we're going to talk about how you can efficiently plan a roadmap for your content. So a lot of business owners tend to make the mistake of only focusing on one channel for their marketing, and that's generally social media. But the thing about social media is that it doesn't work as well as a lot of people would expect, especially in the beginning, because it's really tough to build your audience to a point where they're actually becoming very engaged and actively buying from you. So it's a really good idea to have an omni-channel strategy in place that will help you make sure that all of your different marketing channels are working together to grow each other. And to do this, it does sound very complicated, but we have got an easy method in place for you to get this right. So once again, you've got your content pillars and you've got a lot of topic ideas that people are actively searching for already. Now what you need to do is build your content roadmap. And we're going to help you make this a lot easier with our content repurposing roadmap for beginners. It's a free Canva template that you can use that will help you actually plan out your whole roadmap across your different channels. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you right now. Okay, so as you can see, here is our free Canva template. And if you scroll down, I'm going to skip all the written content here so we can just jump into the practical. How it works is we like to make it that you have one main idea for a quarter, right? And that is like a broader scale topic that you will get from your already built content bank that we worked on a little bit earlier in step 1. And we like to make sure that your roadmap begins with one free lead magnet. If you're wondering what a lead magnet is, it is any free resource or downloadable or video that you can share with your audience that they'll be interested in learning more about that you could use to grow your audience. So for example, let's say we're back to the beautician. She might make a lead magnet, which is a free ebook that explains how the best aftercare tips for your new lash extensions. So that would be her free lead magnet. And she would go ahead and write out that content. But actually, before we get there, you've decided now that is your free lead magnet, and you are able to then go in and edit the template to say, this is what it is. From there, you're going to have a bunch of topics that come underneath that lead magnet, right? That just naturally fall within there. You're going to turn that into 3 blog posts and then 3 newsletters, potentially YouTube videos and social media posts. Now, remember, this is just for 1 quarter, so 3 months at a time. So it's 1 newsletter a month, 1 YouTube video a month, and 12 social media posts a month. Okay, so once you've got your ideas, you're going to plop them in here. I do want to point out this right arm over here, which is a free masterclass and mini course. Those are totally not necessary. However, we do recommend it if you can, because this is avenues where you're able to actually make passive income potentially through evergreen educational streams, but we'll probably delve into that in another lesson. Now that you have come up with the general ideas, what you're going to do is you're actually going to come in and edit this text here to explain what is my free lead magnet going to be about. Now, remember we used ChatGPT earlier. Please, I encourage you to use it again to help you determine what is the free lead magnet going to be based on the topics you came up with earlier, and to provide you with an outline, and just plop that information into here. Then if you're planning on doing a masterclass, you can put in what you're going to do over there here, and the same with the mini course. If you're not planning on doing those, you can just go ahead and delete these sections so that you don't have to worry about it. Then from the free lead magnet, once you've pasted in here again, you're going to come up with blog topic 1, blog topic 2, and blog topic 3. Once again, use AI to help you do this more efficiently, to type in here, hey, this is what the subtopic of this is what the subtopic of this is, and same here, and put it in there. Through there, you're once again going to get even more topics, right? So you're going to now take those topics and turn it into a newsletter. So that newsletter could be building on one of the topics that were in the blogs, or alternatively, it could just be promoting people to read the blog at all. And what's nice is you can see it's already starting to intertwine with each other. They're going from your website to your mailing list. And if you're wondering how they get to your mailing list in the first place, it's over here with your lead magnet. Because in order for people to download your lead magnet or watch your video or masterclass or whatever it might be, they need to sign up for your mailing list so that they can get access to it. So that's how you make sure you're bringing them into your funnel. And then you'll see the template expands on, so you could do YouTube videos as well. What we like to do is actually make the blog topics and the YouTube videos the same, so that we're repurposing that blog script for YouTube to make it more efficient. And then from there, now that you've got all those lovely topics, you're going to come in and plan out your 8 social media posts. And once again, use ChatGPT to help you do this. You've got your whole content bank. It's actually just about putting it in the template so that you know which ideas are going where. Then you see it will go on to month 2 and 3. You can fill in as many months as you want. This template actually enables you to plan for a whole year. And if you're wanting to learn how to do this section a lot more in depth, we do have a free masterclass for that. I will link it in the caption of this video so that you're able to go and sign up for that and watch our whole content repurposing roadmap session more in detail, where we break down step by step exactly what to do. But otherwise, you are able to download this free lead magnet that we are using to plan your content as well. Okay, so that is step 2. Now you've built out your content bank of ideas. and you've made sure that they are topics that people are really searching for. And now you have built out your content repurposing roadmap to make sure that you are optimizing all of the channels you can, making sure you're growing your mailing list, your YouTube channel if you're going to be doing videos, your blog, so getting clicks through to your website, that's so important, and of course, growing your social media. Okay, so tips 3 is now one of the, once again, more busy parts, and it is actually putting your head down and doing the work. So now comes the time that you have to actually create the content that you have planned out. And my biggest recommendation here is that you do it in a batch. So you're going to not want to do this every day because it takes a while, it takes a lot of creative energy, and it's something you really want to prepare yourself for and get yourself in the right mindset for. So really try and dedicate at least 1 or 2 days a month where you can sit down and actually create this content that you have planned. So now that you've got your content roadmap out in front of you, you're going to step by step first write the content that you need to. Once again, use ChatGPT to help you, and of course, personalize it as much as you can, because it's not as creative as a human. So it really is important that you go and put your human touch in there. And then from there, you're going to actually design out all the content. So I would recommend using a free platform called Canva. I'm going to show you now. On Canva, it already comes with a whole bunch of templates for you to use. Like here. And it's very easy. If you click on here now, you can go and change the text. You can click on the background here to change the colors. You can change the colors of everything here, actually. You can come to elements and then type in whatever you want. I'm going to say you're shaking hands. And you can put elements in place. It's a really, really nifty tool for people who aren't on designers, who don't know design software, because it's really easy to use. And if you go to the Canva library, they have a whole bunch of tutorials for you as well to learn how to make designs easily. And of course, if you're wanting something a little bit more in depth, here at Moda, we have the DIY Design Academy, where we teach you how to become your very own premium designer. I'll put the link in the bio or caption so that you can go read up a little bit more about that. It's very exciting, will really help you. It's a 12-week course that will just get your design skills in order. So once you have now sat through everything, make sure that you file it correctly. I like to use a content calendar. Let me actually give you an example. I'm going to share with you our Notion portal. So as you can see here, we have actually put out all the designs in one place. And if you click into it, we have our captions ready here as well. So all of it is in one place and easy for us to work with. I think it's so important that you use something easy for you to access your designs and then your captions, so that you're not feeling very stressed trying to find the stuff you worked on. So really spend the time rather filing it properly and organizing it. You can do it on Notion like we have. Actually, if you'd like our Notion template, let me know in the comments and then I will potentially share it with you. Alternatively, you can use apps like Trello. You can use a simple Excel spreadsheet. There's many different ways for you to do it. Just be sure that you are keeping it nice and organized so that it's easy for you for the next step that we're going to work on. So let's actually get cracking with that. The next step is step number 4, or tip number 4, and that is scheduling out your content. Okay, this is my favorite thing ever, because this means that you can, instead of every day going and posting, which as a business owner, you know that you don't have time to always get to it. And that means that your consistency drops and then your results drop as a result. So what you want to do is use a free scheduling platform. So funnily enough, Canva has one for you. So you can go ahead and sign up for Canva Premium if you want. And what it will allow you to do is actually schedule your content. And what I mean by that is it allows you to put in your picture, allows you to put in your caption, and then allows you to choose the day and time that you wanted to go out. You click schedule, and then you don't have to worry about it. So you'll see that we schedule our content throughout the month, and that is great because we use actually a platform called Metrical that automatically posts that content so that we don't have to stop or interrupt whatever we're doing during the day to go and now post that content that we have created. So once again, if you can spend 1 or 2 days creating the content and then scheduling the content out, that means that next month you can like rest assured that your whole month of content is not only strategic, it is not only designed and planned and captioned, but it is also scheduled out, so you can make sure that it is going on while you are working on your business or your other side hustles or your full-time job, because you don't have enough time to sit and post every day. I promise you, this is going to save you so much time. It is going to make your process so much easier, and you are going to love it. Now, the last tip is not as fun and flashy as the rest of them. It is more analytical because it actually involves using your social analytics or your website analytics to review the stuff that you've made over the past month, and have, before you plan your next batch of content for the next quarter or month or whatever schedule you're planning on working on, is to have a look at your different blogs. Which ones got the most clicks? Which ones were the best received that you got comments on? Same with your YouTube videos, if you ended up doing that. Which ones were the best received? And for your social media, where did you get the most saves? Where did you get the most sends? Where did you get the most likes, comments? Have a look at all of that information, and based on that, before you plan your next batch, think to yourself, okay, what am I going to do differently this time? I saw that people liked a lot of X topic, so don't be afraid to actually use that topic again. You can just word it a little bit differently and share the message a little bit differently, but really work smarter, not harder. Repetition is so important in marketing. You'd think that people are going to get tired of you saying the same thing over and over, but in reality, they don't remember what you posted, and it's unlikely that people are going to go back and review your past things to see that you're actually talking about the same thing. Because on average, I'm not sure what the stat is right now, but most recently when I looked, it was 27 times a person needs to hear a message before they actually understand it, it sinks in, or it makes them take action. So really don't be afraid to repeat content that performed well for you in the past, just slightly tweak it so that it has a bit of a different or unique angle on it, so that you can once again make content that people are wanting to see. And the beauty of this process that we discussed is not only are you now growing your social media platform and creating content that people actually want to see, but you are also search engine optimizing your brand, because you're doing it through social media as well as your website if you are going to be blogging, and your YouTube if you are going to be making YouTube videos. I really recommend, if you can, try and do those channels. It seems like a lot of work, but as I mentioned, it's a lot of work up front, but then potentially for 3 months you won't have to worry about it again. Yeah, once you've had a look now at all of this content and you've decided, I'm going to be doing XYZ topics, do you also look at other analytics, such as which time your audience was most online? Because ideally you want to make sure that this time you're posting when people are most online and active to actually see that content. So through your analytics, have a look, determine, what have I learned from what I am seeing here, and adjust your strategy for the next quarter or month or whatever your schedule will be accordingly, so that you can keep improving, keep doing better. And I promise you, it will become second nature at the end of the day. It really is a little bit to take in the beginning, but if you just sort of copy and paste this process over and over again, you're going to learn a lot, and it is going to become second nature. Okay, but if you have any more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, have a good day. I hope that this helps you. Bye, Modian.